So it's okay. Again, I don't want you to miss anything, okay? So guys, what our clients do every single day, they call on these commercials, they fill out postcards, and they are online. Now we survived the pandemic without them laying us off, which is a blessing. However, they sent us home without any equipment. Okay, so please, in order to talk to these clients, they will give you an app to use to talk to the clients. And so you have an app that will be given to you to make and receive phone calls, okay? And so what that means that please have a working cell phone with some minutes, okay? That means your phone is not gonna work, you'll have no minutes on your phone, okay? Y'all familiar with Metro PCS? Y'all familiar with? Okay, some of y'all, the rest of y'all bougie. So I used to have Metro PCS just a few years ago, but I've been working here a couple years now. We can afford Verizon now, all right? So that'll tell you now, they pay me a little bit more than my last job, thank you, Jesus, okay? So just have a regular cell phone, smartphone, so you can download the app to make and receive your phone calls. And then you need to have a second device, okay? So a laptop or a desktop, does not have to be a particular brand, does not matter, just a regular laptop or desktop and some headsets, all right? Powerhouse is very big about training, and they're not going to throw you to the wolves, all right? So it's not going to be like a bunch of videos and all this. They're very, very hands-on. And so the reason why they have the headsets, so they can tell you what to say, how to say it, and when to say it, all right? I love our training, and I'm not saying it because I've been here for a while, but I think the youngest person we have currently working with us is like 19, and the most seasoned, when I say seasoned, I mean like salt and pepper, a little bit of Lawry's, is 72 years young, okay? So we have somebody young as 19, somebody young as 72 can work in our virtual call center. Almost anyone can. Everybody's just not gonna make it, okay? And lastly is like the hours of operations, which is my second favorite reason why I'm here, guys. The hiring manager is not on yet, so I could feel like I could be kind of myself right now, okay? So I can act up a little bit. All right, they probably should have played the video. So the hours of operations is no longer 9 to 5. We're no longer in the office. We're at home. Powerhouse is again built off faith, family, and then work. Well, why family and then work? Is because they don't want you working all day. They need you to spend some time with your family, right? So they have opened up the hours between 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the evening, Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So you're able to work anytime between those hours and pick those hours that you choose to work. Now, guys, with that being said, because the hours are flexible, that does not mean that you pick up the phone, talk to Miss Mary for about 1 hour, put the phone down and go watch New Amsterdam, okay? You can't go watch One Life to Live, Netflix and chill, BMF, whatever you guys watching. You do have to work here, okay? So you can't just work for an hour and then go watch TV, okay? We know you're at home, but don't get too comfortable, okay? Your paycheck will not be a paycheck, all right? Now, so you're able to pick and work anytime between those hours. Weekends are not required. Part-time people are working about 2 days a week, about 2 to 3 hours of talk time, okay? Full-time people are working on an average of 4 days a week with 6 hours of talk time. However, we do have some overachievers here that tend to work 5 to 7 days a week. So if I can have my gentlemen to real quickly put your hands over your ears for a second and count to 10. My gentlemen, put your hands over your ears and count to 10. My gentlemen, can y'all please put your hands, both hands over your ears? Oh, you holding your phone. Okay. So, and then we got some that, okay. Can I have my gentlemen to please put your hands over your ears? Thank you. All right, we got one that don't want to listen. So the overachievers are women. All right, so since we can't pay attention to, I don't know why we're the overachievers. Somehow we work 5 and 7 days a week. Moderator, we can't even follow simple directions. Can we go ahead and start removing some people now? Thank you. He's amazing. That moderator be on point, guy. So I'm telling you, so it's amazing how this works, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. All right. So guys, let me go ahead and get started. What I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna make anything look pretty. I'm not gonna sell you a dream. I'm not even gonna tell you this is the best place to work at, because I think that's what people do. However, I've been here 7 years since November, and I'm still smiling. And I don't take high blood pressure medicine at all right? So that means I actually kind of like working here 98% of the time. The other 2%, me and the boss just don't see eye to eye sometimes, but 98% of the time, Absolutely love working here, and it's on a Monday. Okay, so all right, so let me go ahead and get started real quick before the hiring manager hops on. Can y'all hear me? Okay, wave your hand if you hear me. All right, fantastic. All right, some of y'all didn't wave though. That's why you sit in the back row at church. You don't want to participate. Preacher be talking about you. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. So guys, 90% of, Powerhouse is built off faith, family, and work, right? 90% of what you're going to be dealing with is going to be belief, and 10% what you're going to be dealing with every single day is technical things. What's the 10% of the technical things? One, reading a script. That's very technical. Talking to clients on the phone, answering the phone, that's very technical. Taking a payment, and 10 of the meetings that they have, those are technical things, okay? 90% is going to be a mindset. I don't care who told you, but it is not easy to work from home, okay? And especially you got kids. It can sometimes drive you insane, okay? So they know that mindset is everything too. Guys, our clients were not raised by our parents. If they weren't. So with that being said, sometimes our clients just say some crazy things. You cannot respond to them any type of way, okay? So mindset too. Powerhouse is very big about evolving. All right. They don't want you to stay. They want to pull out the better version of you. And that does come with like confidence and changing and believing in you as well. So we talk about the power of belief. But let me ask you guys, have you ever wondered why there's two different lifestyles? Like those who have it and those who don't. I believe at some point that the middle class is going to be wiped out and the poor eventually is going to be working for the rich, right? Can y'all agree with me that it's going to happen at some point, right? God, this is not my house here. I don't know who house that is. I think they might have copied and pasted out of Zillow. I can't even relate to living in a big house like that. I cannot. What I can relate to, though, is this thing at the bottom, past due notices. I remember just a few years ago, I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Too much month, not enough money, working 2 jobs and still broke. And so the Powerhouse, with the leaders, they want to make sure that anyone who's working in the virtual call center is not just surviving. Okay, that is so old. People surviving, like that doesn't help. All right, so they want people to thrive, and so they came up with this thing called like a philosophy and a solution. It's called a job opportunity. It's an opportunity where you get to work here. You're either gonna work here part-time or full-time, but it also pays you like a real business as well. Now we do have a huge problem to fix. Hence is why you're here. So what our clients do literally every single day, they be on these commercials, they fill out postcards, and they're online requesting insurance quote. So I haven't been talking long, but for the past, and it's a slow day, it's Monday. So for the past, I would say 15 minutes, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 live transfers. I mean, 5 people have called my phone in the past 15 minutes. So it's very, very slow this morning. They're requesting the insurance information. Normally I will have about 10 calls in less than 20 minutes. Okay. And so what they are doing, they don't have enough people to answer these phones when these people call in, okay? And so when someone doesn't answer, you have to call them back. Now, before COVID, we had like 3 out of 10 people we talked to did not have any coverage. Now it's like 1 out of 3, and I just think that since COVID, people are thinking about death a little bit more, and not just dying like a sickness. It's a lot of stuff that's happening right now, and so we've had a huge increase of these clients calling us in. Now, these are our clients. Okay, now we are able to help and serve anyone, but these are the majority of people who call us, okay? Why the seniors, y'all ever seen on commercial, if you watch TV, where you saw the commercial that says, honey, I can't get up. Y'all seen those commercials? The life alert, I'm falling, the tubs. If you look at commercials, this is majority of what people are marketed to are seniors. It's the baby boomers, all right? But God, they remind me of like my grandparents, my neighbors, my church members. And I honestly think it's our duty to take care of them the same way they took care of us. Now, Emily, some of them are going to be a joy to talk to. Some of them going to be a joy to talk to, and some of them going to be a joy to talk to, because the lines will be unmuted, calls will be recorded. You can't say anything that you want, everything you want to our clients, all right? We do have to treat them with the utmost respect because we do have a reputation, okay? Now, they do have some huge concerns, though. They might saw in the commercial where they can save on their current insurance plans. They're looking for funeral merchandise, just looking for something to protect their family. So that's just really why they're calling, okay? And so we're able to assist almost anyone, but this is the majority of people that we serve, all right? Now, guys, this lady on my left-hand corner, y'all should remind me of my grandmother. I think that is a huge milestone to turn 100, a huge, right? And she look like she's celebrating it very well. Now, I don't know what she's smoking, but she in California somewhere. Look like she having a good time. Look like she's gonna be hungry the next 30 minutes, but no judgment. That's grandmother. She can kind of do what she want to do at that point for the cataracts. Okay, so this 10 top reasons why you want to work with the Powerhouse. Hiring manager's not on quite yet, so I feel like, let me just put the disclaimer up here. I have seen people apply for the Powerhouse for this virtual position, and we're very heavy on social media. And so once, I don't know what happens from the interviewing process until the second portion of it, guys, and then they see us on social media, they try to apply back right then. They make them wait 6 months, okay? They make them six months. Not, I don't know who rules are those, but they make them 6 months, make them wait 6 months before they even reapply. So now we got a huge growing market, never run out of people to talk to. Guys, this is not Kirby, this is not vacuums, this is not knives, this is not credit repair, nothing against any of those things, guys. This is not, we call it that Bitcoin stuff, guys. This is death insurance, what our clients is requesting. So that means at some point, we're gonna have to leave this earth. We're not gonna outlive it. When we leave, somebody gotta pay for that, okay? So we're not running out of people to talk to. The hours are flexible. There is no cold calling. Now, they told me I had to start cold calling somebody. I would have quit a long time ago. I cannot do that. I'm not built that way. That gives me anxiety. Matter of fact, you guys give me anxiety. So I'm not built on cold calling at all. And I'm in Mississippi. So that also means I'm not calling my mama and them, DEM, about no insurance. I don't have time. The company send me the people to talk to, okay? So live transfers, that means people are calling directly to my phone. Outbound, that means if I don't answer the phone, I have to call them back. Now, number four, almost took me out. Guys, when I saw that sales process, I almost walked out the interview, but the way my guy set up, he said, Sheena, be still. I got you, right? And then plus, guys, I got kicked out of Mary Kay the first day. The lady said, ma'am, this ain't for you. You should leave. So she kicked me out. So I still feel kind of a little funny about that. So the only reason why I didn't leave the interview because my guy told me to be still. However, the interviewer said, Sheena, all you have to do is point and read a script. That's it. So they made it sound very, very simple. So let me tell you how simple this is, Bola, is that I'm going to get a live transfer. Let's see, the last time I had a live transfer was 1 minute ago. So a minute ago, I had a live transfer. It says television live transfer available, okay, if I want to set the call or not. Now, that will pop up right then. I don't know why they had the word no on there, but if I hit the word yes, there's going to be another representative on the line. And they'll say, hey, Bola, we got Miss Mary. She just started a television commercial. Are you available to give her a quote? Well, you're going to say, yeah, because you hit the word yes, all right? It's that simple, and you're not wasting these people's time. So once you say yes, guys, Bola, they're going to give you Miss Mary's date of birth. She provided us with her age, her telephone number, and her address. And then they're going to merge the call over. And so once they merge the call over, the rep is going to say, hey, Miss Mary, we got Bola on the line. She's a licensed agent in your area. She'll be assisting you through this call. Now, Bola, this call is going to take 45 minutes to an hour. Why? Our clients like to talk. They just like to talk. Some of them lonely. You know, they talk about anything and everything. So they just like to talk. Two, you just have to make sure that you got to find out why she called in the first place. Miss Mary, what did you see on the commercial? How can I help you? Is this for you or somebody else? Or even if she's of age, you want to make sure you're not taking advantage of her. So you need to ask her, we need to have her children on the line, okay? So once you figure that out, you'll be asking medical questions. Remember, you're reading the script from the beginning to the end. So you'll be asking her medical questions to see if she even qualifies for this program. Now, if she doesn't qualify, not your business. You need to read the script from the beginning to the end. Now, if she qualifies, she's going to give you a payment, and you're going to take a payment over the phone. Guys, they do background checks here. So if you have anything to do with money laundering, they're not going to hire you, okay? So once you take that payment, let's say it's 10:20 where I'm at, by 3:30 p.m. my time, the company's going to send you a check for taking a payment from Miss Mary, okay? And it's simple. Now, Bola, was that simple? Okay, she said it was simple. okay, for interviewing person, she said it was simple. However, it is not that simple. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not that simple. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not that simple. You're gonna hear the word no a lot. Our clients are great liars, okay? They're gonna say, throw me in the ditch, put me in the ocean, burn me, let me think about it. I need to talk to my kids who's 90 years young. I need to talk to my mother who's 20. Let me pray about it, let me sleep on it. Like, this not even me on the phone. They say some crazy stuff, okay? And they can't get into your head, which is why we talk about belief and mindset 90% of the time. Okay, so that's the hard part about it. The yeses do outweigh the no's, and that's why I'm probably here. Now, monthly raises, that means that you're able to get a raise, a 5 to 10% raise every month, okay? Automatically. That means that they don't have to like you. You do not have to like them. You're not brown nosing anyone at all. You do the work, they're gonna give you the raise automatically. Now, data deposit, that's exactly what it means, that you're able to get a check Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that's true. However, Kenyatta, I have not seen a new person yet that get a check in their first 30 days, every day of the week. It is just not happening. I haven't seen it. They might do, but that means it comes far few in between. What I have seen, new people are only what I've seen, only gonna check 1 to 2 times a week in their first 30 days. 1 to 2 times a week in their first 30 days. Why? Because you don't know what you're doing. Somehow you're not connecting with the client. You done forgot how to read. You didn't let the clients get you off the phone too soon. You're just not connected. So it takes a minute and you're reading a script. So it takes a minute to get comfortable with it. Usually 90 days in, you're gonna check about 3 times a week. 6 months down the line, you should begin to check 4 to 5 times a week. All right. My number one reason why I'm here, I like working with these people. They're very fun. However, I do like to get my check 5 times a week. Okay, so that's just the only reason why I'm here. Now, like the health benefits, guys, you do have to be here at least 90 days to qualify that. It's not like a 401k, but it's life, health, medical, and vision. And dental as well. All right. Now, the president of the company likes to be around people. All right. He's a very people person. Makes a lot of money, but however, he's the owner of the company. And what he does is put all 5,000 of us on the Zoom and just to ask if we're okay. Is there anything we can help you with? Is there anything I could do to help the company better? I think that's amazing. They also send us to these locations every quarter. We left Louisiana about 2 weeks ago, and was in Orlando in January. And he have us go out there for a couple of days just to get away from work, want us to bring our family. We eat really, really good, and we drink a lot of water. So he just does that just for us to have a good time, all right? Now, we don't solicit it to anyone, so we're not soliciting to anyone. Our clients are requesting the information to call us from either TV, online, Facebook, or direct mail. Now, last year we did $60 million in stock ownership. We did $60 million in monthly revenue, or yearly revenue rather, and we're on the verge of doing $120 million this year. So that just means that we've helped a lot of people. Now, so the president allows you to purchase stock in the company as well. Now, documentation beats conversation. Powerhouse is under the umbrella of one of the largest final expense company in the nation, called Senior Life. So with that, if you locate it, or if you Google it or research it, it looks like the White House Capitol in Thomasville, Georgia. Now, we've been around 52 years. During the pandemic, we've grown 200%, and Powerhouse has mentored at least 20-some people who do $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Now, how we get paid, so just saw the hiring manager pop up, so let him know about best behavior. So guys, what I want to do, I hope you have some pen and paper. And so the founder of the Powerhouse is going to go over exactly how you get paid. So I hope you're paying attention. Now, this person right here is what we consider a leader and not a boss. I have a lot of respect for this gentleman. He likes to have a lot of fun. He's very family oriented, down to earth, and very caring about people as well. So I want to bring up the founder of the Powerhouse, Mr. Donaldo Harris. Mr. Harris, the floor is yours, sir.
Hey, great morning, everyone. Look, I'll be very brief with you in my part of this presentation. As simple as this, ladies and gentlemen, as you take notes. Let's imagine you're selected for one of the positions we're looking to bring someone on for. How the process works is simply this. We're going to partner you with one of our team leads to work side by side with you, not literally side by side, but they'll work with you on Zoom daily to make sure that everything is taken care of. You understand our processes. You understand how to talk to the people on the phone to get all the questions answered. Now, let's imagine that you talk to 10 people this week. Now, out of those 10 people, ladies and gentlemen, do understand that most of our agents talk to 10 people every day, but I like to under promise and over deliver on everything that I do. That way you get a better understanding. So let's imagine you're 10 people you talk to this week. Now, out of the 10, 7 people are probably going to tell you no. It's a part of the process. It's a part of what happens in our profession. Now, if that's a problem from you, you're probably not going to be great for this position. I'll go ahead and tell you up front. But let's imagine out of the 10, 3 says yes, and one of them is Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith says yes to everything that you said to him. He likes everything. And Mr. Smith selects the $70 a month policy. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, for Mr. Smith is going to pay $70 a month. Over the course of 12 months, he's going to spend $840. That's a very important number in the calculations of how you get paid, because the company says we're going to pay you 90% of that number. So we're going to pay you 90% of the $840 Mr. Smith is going to pay over the course of the year. That belongs to you, but then we're going to advance you 60% of that number, which in this scenario turns out to be $454. Ladies and gentlemen, you collected 70, the company gave you $454. Now, if you do that 3 times a week, we're talking about $1,300 you make in a week from the comforts of your home. Do it at 4 weeks at a time. We're talking about $5,448 a month. But do it over the course of a year, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about $65,000 you can make part-time from working with us from the comforts of your home. Now, we do have a lot of overachievers, people who move up our compensation plan very smoothly. And when they progress this up to the 100% contract, they're actually doing the exact same things, but things change at this level. You actually get paid more, and I'll explain how. Let's imagine out of those, let's say 3 that say yes, now you talk to Mrs. Smith. You're on 100% contract level now. Mrs. Smith does the same thing. She wants a $70 a month policy. Over the course of 12 months, she pays $840. What is that going to do? Now you get 100% of that. So the whole $840 belongs to you. The company then is going to advance you 60% of that. Okay, so that's going to give you $504. Again, you only collected $70. The company paid you $504. Ladies and gentlemen, you do that 5 times a week, we're talking about $2,500 a week. 4 weeks in a row, 10,000. Over the course of a year, we're talking about 120,000. Now, the part that I love about this slide more than anything, I don't have to guess, I don't have to wish, I don't have to assume. I can assure you, I have factual documentation that we have people crushing this number every day. Well, not every day, every month. In certain months, we have somebody who's done it in the first 5 months of being here, deposited over $100,000 in their bank account with us. In the first 7 months, we had somebody crush that number as well. We've had plenty of people do it at 10 months, and we have a ton of people who've done it at 12 months. So we know that our system works. But here's my absolute favorite part of this system, ladies and gentlemen. Let's imagine that our company tells you, it ain't imagine, this is what actually happens. Our company will give you a referral bonus, okay? What they say to you, we'll pay you basically a referral bonus for everyone that you bring to our company based on their performance. So let's imagine this. Let's imagine you're on 100% contract level. I'm one of your good friends that you bring into this business, and I've started at a 90% contract level, okay? Now, the first thing you're gonna notice that there's a 10% difference between your contract level and mine. This is how it's beneficial to you. It happens every day, I promise you. In your job, this happens every day. You just don't realize it. Let's imagine I go out to work today and I do $10,000 worth of production. The company is going to pay me 90% commission level, and then they're going to advance me 60% of that. I just made $5,400 that month, okay? Everybody's with me, okay? Some of y'all ain't gonna raise your hand. Can you raise your hand and let me know you're with me? Okay. I'm starting to seem like Miss Adams. Some of y'all just ain't gonna participate regardless of what I say. I'm gonna ask my famous question. How many of y'all brushed y'all teeth today? Let me see how many hands goes up now. Miss that cool kid, Miss Maya, don't act like that. I just act Christian plan. So here's the thing. So I made $5,400, but what the company says to you, Because you're the one that referred me to this situation, the company's gonna pay you 10% of what I did that month. So I did $5,400. The company's now gonna pay you $540 for my efforts. But here's the question I ask everyone. What if you had 10 of your friends doing the same thing? You just made $5,400 that month, but how much other work did you do? Absolutely zero. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a new concept. This is a concept that's been around forever. Think about every day you go to work. How many times have you seen the owner of your company? But they constantly make money from your efforts. Now we give you the opportunity to be the owner of your own situation. Now, in my community, Ms. Adams, you can turn it off. In my community where I was born, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times we hear this word, and I know that I heard it when I heard the word, the fact that somebody get paid off of someone, it changed my whole concept in the way that I looked at this. Because when I heard that someone got paid off of someone, the first word I used out of my mouth, I told the gentleman, this sounds just like a pyramid scheme. I don't know in your community, that's what I said to myself. I said, sir, it sounds like a pyramid because everything I learned that if somebody get paid off somebody else's effort, that's what this was. He asked me immediately, Donaldo, what do you currently do for a living? I said, I'm a high school principal. He says, do you have people that's over top of you? I said, absolutely. I have my area superintendent, the regional superintendent, and superintendent of schools. He says, okay, does each one of those people make more money than you? I said, absolutely they do. He said, so why don't you call that a pyramid? I then turned around and he said to me, he says, well, Donaldo, let me ask you an even more difficult question. He says, who works the hardest physically out of the four of you? I said, of course I do, because I work with gifted children every day in my school. See, I don't call y'all kids y'all send to school bad. I don't call y'all kids bad. I call y'all kids gifted. I said, I work with gifted kids every day. He says, Donaldo, well, let me ask you a question. If you work the hardest physically, why aren't you getting paid the most money? I said, because that's the way the world is, sir. The person at the bottom normally does the hardest work physically, and the people at the top make the most money. He then turned around and said something to me that helped me understand. He says that, understand, Donaldo, we're regulated by the Department of Insurance in every state in America. So before you can even start Powerhouse, you're going to have to do a background check and you're going to have to pass a state test. So what did that do for me personally? It took my comfort level from this to this. You know why? Because that's the exact same thing I had to do to become an educator. I had to take a state test and I had to do a background check. So also, what did it do for me? It let me know this was not a get rich overnight scheme or was in some type of scam where people were trying to scam me. Because I had to go through the Department of Insurance of the state of which I lived, I knew that I couldn't be scammed by anybody. I wasn't sending anything to a company, okay? That's what made me understand this. But here's the biggest reason why I walked away from education in my good career that I had. The gentleman says, Donaldo, do you remember when I said, Ms. Jones, Ms. Smith pays $70 a month and we pay you $500? He says, have you ever wondered what happened in years 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and below? I said, no. He explained it to me this way. And ladies and gentlemen, if you understand this, your life could be forever changed. He says, Donaldo, if you accumulate 1,000 customers over, let's say a 2 to 3 year period, let's say 1,000 customers you accumulate, and every month that those customers pay their fee, their monthly fee, that every month that they paid, we gave you $2 for every customer right there. So basically you made $2,000 every month for something you've done years and years and years ago, okay? Let me tell you why I know this is 100% true. Because I make a substantial amount of income in this company right now. And here's the thing, God forbid something was to happen to me today. All the money that I currently earn will start to come in my wife's name. If something was to happen to my wife, all the checks that she will receive every month will then start to come in my kids' names until the last customer dies. And that could be 30 to 40 years from now. So let me ask you a question. The job that you work, a lot of y'all look young, so y'all probably was in high school, but the job you worked 5 years ago, how much do they still pay you right now? All the rest of y'all still getting paid? Because I ain't seen number 2 people hands go zero. Let me tell you why that's important. It's a no-brainer. See, let me be true and factual. Y'all a hard crowd. Can y'all smile? Let me just slow down. Can some of y'all just smile for me? Y'all woke up this morning. Thank you. That makes me feel so much better because y'all sure got this facial, like relax. It's okay. But here's the truth I want y'all to understand. See, here's the fact about life. The job that y'all probably are working right now, that's not the job you wanted when you was a little kid. Okay? Let's be real. You remember when you put the scope on you, put it to your mom's heart. Let me hear your heart, mom. Let me be the lawyer. Let me be the attorney. Let me be the model. Let me be whatever. That's not the job you wanted. You work the job you work today because of what? It pays the bills. But now let me give you one more fact, and please hear my heart. Don't get mad at me. If everything was going good in your life right now, you wouldn't be on the interview. So something is missing, whether it's time freedom, whether you're not getting paid what you're finally worth, ladies and gentlemen. When somebody's paying you $25 an hour when you know you're worth 75, maybe you don't have the lifestyle to travel and do the things that you really want, but something's missing. That's why we here, ladies and gentlemen, we're only looking for a select group of people. We're very particular in who we want. That's why we don't deal with nonsense on how people come into this Zoom and things like that. We are the prize, and that's not being cocky, it's just confident because we know who we serve. We have an opportunity to change the lives of people that really want to change their life. It's done it for me. I come from an educational background. My first year in this business with no experience, having no experience in this, because I didn't grow up saying I wanted to sell insurance, but I saw an opportunity. In the first year, with no experience, made $106,000. My second year, I made $144,000. And every year after that, it got better and better and better. Now, Ms. Singleton, that ain't really what I wanted to say. I really want to say it got gooder and gooder and gooder. But somebody up here probably say, didn't you just say you was an educator? You using that broken English? So I'm going to go back to better and better so y'all don't judge me on what I really want to say. But it did get better and better, gooder and gooder. But I'm just telling you, life is really what, if you see something that you can get paid for the rest of your life and take care of generations, why wouldn't you take an opportunity? Again, we're not looking for everyone. We're looking for a select group of people who have the mindset that they want to be different. If you're coachable, teachable, and trainable, you're the person we're looking for. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your mother wants. I don't care your daddy wants. I don't care about none of that. I just want a person with a heart. We want a person with a heart to win. See, we're like a puzzle. You know, maybe y'all ain't never done puzzles. Y'all do everything on y'all phone. But back in the day, man, you know, my mom used to have the puzzles where we do the puzzles on the coffee table. And you know how the puzzle had this beautiful picture? See, that's who we are. Powerhouse, we're this beautiful picture. And we're going to change poverty in America. See, we're not your average insurance company. I want you to look us up. Please, please look us up. Powerhouse Millionaires with the S on it. Look us up because we don't have no shame in our game. It's a reason why we call ourselves Powerhouse Millionaires. Look us up on Facebook, look us up on Instagram, and go to our website, Powerhouse Millionaires. We're like the puzzle where we put a bunch of pieces. You know how a puzzle come with a bunch of pieces in a box? And we started to put all the pieces together. And what we've done is we looked at it, and I looked down and I realized something is wrong. The thing that I found is wrong is that we have some missing pieces. And I don't know which one of you, or maybe two of you, are the missing pieces to our puzzle. But I can assure you, if you're one of those missing pieces on April the 17th, your life will never be the same again financially. I can assure you that part, if you're willing to give what it takes to go to the next level. So again, we're not looking for everyone. We're only looking for a select group of people, maybe one or two of y'all, truthfully, not being funny. Maybe one or two of y'all that we're really looking for to help us change the way this industry is performed. Because we've helped quite a few, many people financially change their life forever, because I'm an example of it myself. But what I'm gonna do is turn this back to the young lady who started this, so she can finish this off, get your questions answered, and tell you, for those who we want to move to the next stage of this process. Now, this lady is very successful at what she does. She's a very intricate part of what we do here at the Powerhouse. One of the main reasons why Powerhouse, who we are. The greatest thing I think about her is her love to help people. She has a big heart for women. So Jordan, it's okay. Me and you'll be okay, brother. But her heart is really for women. It really is. She wants to change the lives of women. And she's done it. She's been very successful. Look her up. You'll see the success track record of her helping a lot of people achieve 6 figures or more in a very short period of time. But here's the greatest part about it. Make no mistake about it. Her and her husband are in the top 1% of earners in the whole country. But you know the funny part I like about that? That's not where she started. She probably started worse than 99% of y'all on this screen. I've seen the whole transition of where she's come from. But the greatest part about it, she made a decision, even in her situation, that she was not going to be that person to make excuses for her family. See, it only took one Michael Jordan, one Tyler Perry, one Oprah Winfrey to change the family history. The question is, who's the person we're looking for? I'm gonna turn this thing back over to Ms. Adams to finish it out and tell you what the next steps are.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Harris. I'm gonna have to call security now. So real quick, guys, my name is Shanna Adams. My background, medical billing collections. All I've ever done is worked in the medical field. I was a CNA in school. I did go to Mississippi State for a trimester. That means I tried it, dropped out of college because I just don't know how people graduate school. I just don't. So anyway, I dropped out of school, found myself working a regular job like most of us. I was a single parent with 3 kids for about 13 years. And I worked at this doctor's office. Now, the lowest paid doctor I worked for earned about $125,000. And the highest paid doctor there earned about $250,000. It was 8 doctors and 2 other people who were not doctors, myself and the office manager. But they paid me $9 an hour. Now, I think the people who work the hardest physically get paid the least. And the people who work the hardest mentally get paid the most. Well, they paid me $9. And I did everything there. I answered the phones, I verified insurance, I pulled medical records, transcribed reports, I ran errands, I even cleaned up the office on the weekends and watched their kids every other weekend. I don't even like kids, but I did it because I had 3 kids of my own that I had to take care of. And so it even got to the point that was not even enough. I had to pull a second job. But I think that's the crazy thing in America, that people are working 2 jobs. Why is the primary job not enough? So anyway, I'm working every single day, no days off, and brought home $19,000 a year. $19,000 a year. That means I was broke. Me and my kids living in the projects, food stamp, WIC, Medicaid, which is horrible insurance. When the doctor find out you got Medicaid, that office visit get a little different. So I wasn't receiving government assistance though, because I was lazy. My boss just said, Shana, all I value is $9. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Now I was there for 5 years. Nobody lasted 6 months. Nobody. But I found myself in a situation where I had a $500 emergency. $500. Well, I didn't have $500 because I didn't make any money. So I asked my parents if they could loan me $500 for this emergency. Well, my dad, he put in 25 years at Frito-Lay, the chip company. My mom, 25 years in the school system, and didn't even have $500 for an emergency to give to me. And I think that usually when you're broke, you come from broke parents. And they came from broke parents. So they didn't even have the money. I asked a friend of mine, she didn't have it. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around. So I say, what, let me ask my boss. And not to loan me the money, because that's my boss. But I went to go ask my boss, the one who earned $250,000, the kids I watched every other weekend, the office I helped build. She was my psychologist as well, which means she knew all what's going on in my personal life, all my personal business. And I was supposed to get a check in 2 days. And I just asked Dr. So-and-so, I said, hey, this is the situation. Can I have my check early? And they didn't do direct deposit then. So I said, can I get my check early? And so what she said to me was, you know what, Sheena? You're going to have to figure this out on your own. Now, I don't know if you guys ever been in a financial crisis, but guys, I'm telling you, when I was thinking of what was going to happen, I was thinking of all types of things to get this money because I had to get it. And I said, you know what, before I end up in prison, let me leave work in peace. So on my way home, I went to the daycare to pick up my daughter from daycare. How many of y'all have kids? Whoever your hand have kids. Y'all, God knew what he was doing when he gave me kids. He knew exactly what he was doing because I live for them. And so I get to the daycare and the daycare worker said, Sheena, she's already gone. That somebody's picked her up already. And there's only 2 people on this list, which is myself and my mom. The daycare worker said, yeah, some man came up here and he had some papers, and by law, we had to let her go. Some man they've never seen before, but he had some papers, and by law, we had to let her go. No phone calls or nothing. And so I ended up realizing that my ex-husband, who earned 6 figures, realized I couldn't come up with $500 to hire an attorney. So he took advantage of that and kidnapped our daughter and was in California somewhere for almost 6 months. Now, I had no idea what type of condition she was in. They changed their telephone number, blocked me from social media. Like, imagine not knowing where your child is at for 6 months, your baby. I even had to get the FBI involved. So one day, some random person called me. I don't know who this person is to this day. And they called me and said, hey, Sheena, your daughter's at this location. Then they hung up the phone. And I pulled up and realized that my little baby girl was dropped off in an abandoned building by herself. No baby bag, no milk, crying on the top of her lungs. Didn't even look the same. All because her mother worked 2 jobs and couldn't even come up with $500 to save her life. And so I asked God right then and there, and I said, God, you're gonna have to fix this situation because I don't know how I even end up here. I said, God, whatever you need me to do, just fix it. Just give me the sign, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know how y'all God is set up, but my God, he funny. Because I prayed to him and he never answered my prayers the way I want to receive it. He threw his own special sauce on there. And I pulled up to an office with 50 people for an interview. And I saw the exact same thing y'all saw. And I said, God, give me something else because I know this ain't it. Get somebody else to do it. And sometimes we find ourselves doing the exact same thing. We'll pray to God, say, God, fix my life. Find me a better paying job. Or I have an amazing career, but I'm always away from home. I don't feel valued. I never move up in the company. I'm stressed out. I don't like it. Just give me something else. Just give me the sign, God. And he finally gives you the sign and he tell you to go right. Oh, but you go left because it doesn't look right to you. It's not what you wanted to do. And and because you keep going left, you keep getting what you're getting. And I kept getting what I was getting because I was a hard-headed child. I said, God, I know you ain't talking about me doing this. And so I said, I'm gonna go find me another job. And I did. Found me another job. It paid me like $5 more than what I was used to paying, which means now I'm over the income limit for assistance, which means now the lights getting cut off, the gas getting cut off, the water getting cut off. Now I'm paying for groceries and cash, car being repossessed. Until after working 10 hours one day, my son calling me and say, Mom, we kicked out the house again. So now we homeless, sleeping in a nasty $35 hotel. You know, the hotels that got the door outside. And so I decided to surrender because the way my God is set up, he's not going to lead me down the wrong path. He said, my child, it's not going to be easy, but I got you. And so I decided to surrender. And with that one decision, y'all, if you ever given up your life up to Christ, man, as soon as you do it, everything just somehow just work itself out. On that one decision, I went from earning $19,000 a year with those 2 jobs to come over here part-time and do $45,000. Now I know Mr. Harry talking about $60,000, guys. It took me a minute to connect with the clients. I want to cuss them out sometimes. You know, them clients, they just be saying some crazy stuff. And then you're talking about sales and all this. And so, but I was sitting at the house and I did $45,000 part-time. With something I have no experience in. I say, you know what, let me go full-time then, because I ain't doing nothing else. I went full-time. The next year, $69,000. Well, I dropped out of college. You can judge me if you like. It got gooder and gooder after that. Sure did. So much better. So the company, Ms. Harris talking about how, you know, the company will still pay you every time the client take out a policy and they make a payment every month. Guys, our clients on fixed income, they be the first thing they pay is their insurance bill. So I'll tell you the check that they give, like the bonus, I call them the income tax checks. The first of the month, my first year, they were sending me like $1,000 every first of the month. Addition, bonus. I said, well, shoot, that's good. My second year, the check between the first and the fifth of the month, every month was like $2,500 on top of what I was getting paid at the house. My fifth year was like $6,000 on top of what I was getting paid like almost every day. I'm in my 7th year. Okay. The people who stay around the longest get paid the most. And not because they like you either, because it took them a minute to like me, and it's all right. I'm a Capricorn. So I'm gonna say this number not to impress you, but to impress upon you for somebody who was homeless just a few years ago, sleeping in nasty hotels, who've gotten evicted several times, who couldn't even afford to get an air mattress, was laying on bath towels. That was our bed. 7 years later, what the company sends me and my husband, I met my husband here, that one check that they send once a month is more than when I was getting paid with those 2 jobs. So that means the doctor who did not want to give me my $500 to save my daughter's life, and by design, she wasn't supposed to give it to me because I would have still been there if she did. The one who earned over $250,000, I doubled her salary last year sitting at the house talking to Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, this insurance thing ain't easy. It's not. But I don't know about y'all, but being broke wasn't easy for me either. I had to make a decision. I just said, you know what, let me go do something I will probably never do. So they say insurance. You think of insurance, it don't look like me, the person who's selling it. It don't, but it's sexy now though. Sure is. So let me tell you something. Don't go ask the brokest person you know about doing something like this. I already did it for you. I asked my parents what they thought about me doing insurance. My mom and dad, I asked them 7 years ago, and they said, Sheena, don't do it. It's commissions. It's not, you need to find a guaranteed job, and ain't nobody gonna buy from you. But for the past 5 years, they've been asking for a position to work here. My daddy do about $60,000 a year. My mom, she do about 30 something. The only reason why they not hire my parents, guys, they cannot work in computer. They just figured out Facebook and TikTok. No, it's called TikTok. They call it TikTok. Guys, I tried to put them on a Zoom. I almost drunk myself to death. I said, Mama, just, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let me just give y'all some money. And it feels good to even just make sure I send both of my parents a cash app the first of the month. My mama get a little bit more, but my daddy don't know that. I told him, don't cash it out. Use cash app card. They still together. But that's my mama though, so I'm supposed to take care of her. So anyway, this ain't for everybody, okay? This is not for everybody. It's not easy. But I also know that I'm the ambassador of my bloodline, and I was sent to break generation curses. My sister got 3 degrees, smart as a whip, was a bartender for 7 years because she never could find a job in her field, was living in a trailer park with no trailer last year. How you live in a trailer park with no trailer? I don't know, but she did. She ended up quitting. She come over here part-time, and her first 5 months, She was only part-time for 2 weeks though, because the money was rolling in quickly for her. But her first 5 months, she deposited $100,000 in her bank account. 7 months, her first 7 months, $140,000. This is not easy and it's not for everybody, but regardless of what you decide to do, I hope you do it because you enjoy doing it. Powerhouse is very big about saving people. Unfortunately, everybody just don't want to be saved. Jesus can save everybody. Also, you need you to remember that you are the head and not the tail, that you are above and not beneath, that you are the lender and not the borrower, that you are loved by God and you're protected by God and you were chosen by God. No weapon shall form against you shall prosper, and every single tongue that rises above you in judgment shall be condemned. You are a winner and you are loved. And he said that you can have anything and everything that you deserve and that you desire because it's already yours, but you must practice the principles to get to the promise. And some of us will never get to the promise because we don't want to practice the principles, which means somebody's gonna get left behind. This ain't for everybody, and it's not easy. It's not. They can't hire everybody either because they have to make sure they have enough trainers to make sure that you get what you want, which is out of that situation that you're in right now. I'm gonna help you out right now. I'm sure you got questions, but this is 100% commissions. They ain't paying people by the hour for them to pay what they pay. And when I came over here as a single parent with 3 kids, no child support, I was like, I don't know God, but I trust him. And I'm so glad I decided to just do what I was doing. Because when I was doing before was give me what I was getting, which was not enough for 3 kids. The state is going to require you to do a pre-licensing course. Your states require you to do that before you get hired on. It's a pre-licensing course. The course we use is called Exam Effects. You can research it, but your state, Department of Insurance requires you to do that course. It's we have a 4-day course that you can do it online. If you do this course yourself, it's going to cost you $200. However, Powerhouse is selective, so they're going to, once they decide to hire on, they're going to pay the course for you. Ain't that a blessing? Also, they realize that when you don't pay attention either. So they say you're going to do the registration though. Registration is like $29. That's it. It's a 4-day course. They hire a tutor for you to get through this course. It's in the evening time. So if you're working right now, you can do it in the evening time. That course and the tutor, when you're in that class, you're gonna pass the state. You have a 98% chance of passing. So she has a 98% of passing ratio. It's a 4-day course. Once you complete the course, you take the state exam. Depending on your state, the lowest state exam is like $30, I think, to take it. The highest I've seen might be like 50, I think. It depends on your state. They're gonna put a number in the chat so they can tell you, you can ask them what state what price is it for your state, or you can research it yourself. You don't have to take our word from it. That money don't come to us. It goes to the state Department of Insurance. Don't send us no money. We are not going to jail for y'all. Do not send us nothing. We ain't asking you for nothing. Okay, so once you pass the state exam, then you apply for your license. The lowest license like $10. The highest I've seen might be 150, I think, and that's for like if you live in a big state. We talking about Michigan, $10, Virginia, Ohio, Texas. So, but it depends on the state. Once you once you pass the state exam, though, they're gonna go ahead and put you in a 2-day training, very hands-on. 2-day training. It's only for 3 hours. That's it. 3 hours for those 2 days. They don't pay for you that training because once you got a training, you're gonna start making money that day. And usually within that week, you make that money that you're earning out of those commissions, making up for the time you was not working. Again, this is not for everybody. It's not easy, and everybody doesn't do exceptionally well here because it is based off of the amount of time that you put in. Part-time people are doing about $3,000, about $25,000 to $3,000 a month. Full-time people in their first year, about $6,000 to $10,000. You got some people who just do exceptionally well, but on an average, full-time people between $6,000 and $10,000 full-time. Okay. This is gonna take about 3 weeks to get started, 3 to 4 weeks. Why? Sometimes it takes people longer than 4 days to complete that course. Sometimes it take you a week, depends on how quickly you finish it. So that 1 week course, you take the state exam. The license is what takes the longest. You can get it the next day. Some states require you to wait 7 to 10 days. That's why I say 3 to 4 weeks, just on the average. Some people can get it done before then. If you're an insurance agent already, most of the people come here because you are vested in your first year. That basically means that if you work here after a year and you decide to quit, the company's still gonna send you a check for the next 20, 30 years. If you quit before then, they're gonna give somebody else your check. So you quit before then, I say don't, at least last a year. 2, guys, this is not a job. This is not a job. This is not a job. They help you build a business and they help you build that business. So for you introverts like me, this is not where you're going to stand up at Walmart or go through your phone at your friends and family buy insurance, okay? Some of y'all don't even talk to y'all folks. This is not it, okay? They're gonna give you people to talk to. So they have a leads program. Most insurance agents come over here for that reason alone. So how's the leads program? They're gonna give you people to talk to. So the way the company works is that they'll give you a certain amount of people to talk to for that week, usually about 20 people to start for that week. For outbound calls, they'll give you 20 people to start with to call back out, people who request information, but on the 11th day, you got to pay for that lead. Now, they don't draft it out of your bank account. We're not putting up a card. They're not sending you a bill. They just out your next, they're gonna let you get all them sales coming in. So on an average, $2,000 to $3,000 for that week. On the 11th day, they're gonna take the next commission, your next commission to pay for that lead. Most new people are only staying on that program for about 2 to 3 weeks because it's outbound. Then they decide they want to do inbound calls only. Why inbound calls? Because you can take 2, 3 calls that day, earn a couple thousands, and get off the phone. However, because the company know that you are, it's a 40% chance of closing right then. Outbound, you got about 30% of chance of closing right then. Inbound's like 40 to 50% chance of closing. So because they know that, you got to pay for that person, that call up front. So that means that you accept the call, that one that you do have to pay the front, and in return, the same day, they just send you your commissions, which is an average, again, like $1,000, okay? You have to text that number. They're gonna let you, they're gonna know, they probably already made their decisions because it's recorded. They're gonna probably go back and see who they decide to bring on. Because they do have to, and the pre-license course is $200. So that's the biggest investment that the company has to pay for you guys. So you're gonna text that number to 601-620-0904. Text immediately